we have people who have siblings that never call them. So imagine you've now met a stranger who calls you.
The ladies nowadays, we have expectations. You need to study at this age, you need to get married at this age, you need to have this and that figured out by this age. So for me, healthy boundaries is like choosing peace. No matter who is pressurizing you, choose your own pace.
People in relationships are hard to advise. Like you really
the
confront them and
All
tell
the
them,
time.
yes, all the time actually. You confront them and tell them, you know what, this relationship is draining. It's too toxic for you. And behind the scenes, they get back together, and before you know, you're the topic and you're a bad person.
You're a bad
So,
friend. Love yourself enough. Don't give yourself the bare minimum.
you really have to train yourself that I deserve the best and it's out there.
Judgment day is coming. You can't be sad on earth, sad on judgment day, sad in heaven because you are a sinner. Choose happiness. Get out of that relationship.
Yeah.
Women should stop looking at boundaries as selfish, because it's actually not selfish to have boundaries. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Rona, and on my channel I talk about growth, life and becoming. And today I'm joined by these lovely girls, and we are going to talk about things women should stop normalizing in this day-to-day life. And let them introduce themselves.
Hi guys, I'm Lily. I'm happy to be here and I look forward to this discussion.
Hi guys, I'm Jovia and I'm so happy to be here in this girl talk as well.
Hi guys, my name is Vanessa and I'm excited to be here.
Thank you all for joining in. I'm so happy to host you and feel comfortable. This is a comfortable space. We are going to be doing more of this to talk about different topics. There are things women are normalizing today, and in today's podcast, we are going to have a honest conversation about them. Some of these things may be common, may seem very normal, but it doesn't mean that they are healthy. So join us in this conversation as we discuss on how to stop normalizing these things. I think the first thing women should stop normalizing is poor boundaries. For example, some women find it hard to say no, like it's really so hard to say no, like they're accepting of everything, they're not choosing themselves, they don't really protect their peace, and that really puts them in uncomfortable situations, because usually we are told to just say yes to everything, to seem kind, when indeed it just gets you very exhausted. So women should really stop normalizing poor boundaries. Vanessa, what do you think?
Like Rona has said, when you talk about boundaries, in the African setting, I want to believe there is actually no boundaries. You understand? The only boundaries that have been given to us are the respect you have for your parents, and then maybe people in authority. But because you are not taught to respect yourself that much to say no, then you find that it's very difficult for us to actually say no. But I've also realized that when it comes to our parents, there are people that, I'm sorry to mention, that come from toxic families. Yeah, you find that the people that you are taught to respect so much sometimes are making you do things that hurt you. They're putting you in situations you don't want to be in, but because you owe them that much respect, then you cannot say no to them. Give an example of, you've been told to get married at a time you want to advance your career. You cannot say no, so you end up in a marriage that you don't want, hence hurting yourself. Yet you could have just said no to it, and then you move on with your life. Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
That's so true. You're right. So, Jovia, what do you think? What's your opinion of women having no boundaries?
Actually, I think women have no boundaries, or actually have poor boundaries, because women were taught to take kindness or being kind, like that were raised to overly be kind, even when it's actually hurting them. So most women take kindness for overly sacrificing, and yet there is a clear difference between loving and overstepping.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right. That's right. Lily, what do you think?
Um, there are times like there are many expectations. Like in the ladies nowadays, we have expectations. You need to study at this age. You need to get married at this age. You need to have this and that figured out by this age. So for me, healthy boundaries is like choosing peace, no matter who is pressurizing you. Like you choose what is peaceful for you. You choose your own pace. Listen, that like you have to get married by 30, yet you still have things you want to do before that. So you limit access from everyone pressurizing you, and yeah, and like you follow your own path and what you think is right. So that's what healthy boundaries would look like to me.
Oh, that's right. That's so true. Okay, so in conclusion, with the poor boundaries point, women should stop looking at boundaries as selfish, because it's actually not selfish to have boundaries.
Yeah.
It's protecting your peace, so you really have to continue having boundaries. So, going to the next point, which is women should stop settling for the bare minimum. A lot of women in this day and age are settling for the bare minimum in so many scenarios. People look at bare minimum as effort when it's actually not effort. So people should really, really stop accepting the bare minimum and really aim for what they really feel like they deserve, be it relationships, friendships. Like, you shouldn't really settle for the bare minimum. Jovia, what do you think?
I definitely agree with you. Um, Nowadays, bare minimum is really romanticized. Like, let's say in a relationship, someone like keeps checking on you, and you're like, oh, he really cares, and yet it's actually the bare minimum. It's what they ought to be doing at the moment. So we overly appreciate low efforts, and find ourselves, like they say, setting the bar low, like bringing the bar down. Yes, so we actually have to set our standards high, and then we shall be met there.
Yeah, that's so true. That's really true. We should really, really, really stop seeing normal things as, too much effort, like things like someone calling you, like they are supposed to call you. So you shouldn't really look at it as the only thing you deserve. They can do more than calling, they can schedule dates, they can meet you.
Alright.
Yes. Vanessa, what do you think?
When it comes to settling for bare minimum, also, I want to believe it's about the people you've surrounded yourself with. I am one person that believes that in Uganda we need to normalize therapy. You know how we've normalized, like everyone has an education, everyone goes to school, people have degrees, they have masters, but we've not done therapy. And in school, there is so much academic growth, but you don't even know the things that are affecting you. Yes, I agree with you guys saying that someone calling is like the bare minimum. We have people who have siblings that never call them. So imagine you've now met a stranger who calls you. You understand? It all comes back to what are you used to? What have you gone through? Because you can't know better if you've not had better. If you're to see people that are very confident and they say, oh, I know who I am, I know what I bring to the table, those people have been empowered. But we have girls and women out there who are not empowered enough. Yes, it could be someone with a degree, I'm telling you. But you find that in a toxic relationship, their friends are never there for them, and they have settled for it. Do you know why? Because that is all they know. You understand? So it comes up to also going back and seeing your life and saying, okay, this is what I have grown up receiving, but is it enough for me? Yeah, asking yourself those questions: is it enough for me? And if it is not enough, so what do I deserve? Yeah, then you start to tell yourself those things of, I deserve more, and so you go and reach out for more. And then also, I know women, we like more than the bare minimum, but how much are you giving yourself? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
Someone is not going to go ahead and do a lot for you when you're not doing a lot for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
So love yourself enough. Don't give yourself the bare minimum. Yeah. And you will attract people
True.
that will not give you the bare minimum. Yeah.
I agree with that actually. Some people are not raised getting the bare minimum. Their siblings don't call them. So if like a stranger comes, like a boyfriend, they are really excited. So it depends on the people you grew up with and what your definition is of bare minimum, because it's different for everyone. But yeah. So Lily, what do you think?
This topic of bare minimum. I love what Vanessa has spoken about, like how you treat yourself. Because I believe you can't pour from a cup that's empty. Like if your cup is not overflowing with, all that romanticizing your life, love, caring about yourself, spoiling yourself. Some of us have never even bought for ourselves flowers. So
So
where is
true.
the flower going to? So like I really think that it's true. Women should like us as ourselves, like even anyone else, because both girl child and boy child, like everyone should like grow and everyone should like be empowered. So I think everyone should like grow themselves and learn more about themselves before expecting or wanting someone to come and do that for you. And also like I've had people saying like if you don't settle for this, you never know, like what if no one better comes, that thing, like what if no one better for you comes. So I believe we should be like you should have that faith. As we are Christians, we are Christian girls, you should have that faith and be like, what I want exists. So you don't settle for what's there because he's just doing this, but he's not grounded in the Lord. He's not, he doesn't have those top things, but maybe he's a provider or he's a what. And then you like settle for that. You're settling for that bare thing. Like, is that what you would really want, like in 20 years to come? So there's a lot to open up about this topic, but yeah, I think that's what I can say about that.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's actually so true. Yeah, so women should stop settling for that bare women should stop settling for the bare minimum, but also should really focus on finding out what their finding out what their bare minimum is, and how to also do things for themselves. As my lovely girls have said, like you should really try to do things for yourself, not expecting people not to give you the bare minimum when yourself are not like doing for yourself anything. So it's very important therefore to, yeah, to stop settling for the bare minimum. Yeah. So the next thing that women should stop normalizing is staying in friendships and relationships that clearly drain them. This is really a very, very common thing. Like people are in draining relationships, are in draining friendships, like they are in those friendships and relationships, but they are very, very drained. Like these people can be toxic in your life, but because you've been with them for like 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, you started with them from high school, you feel like, whatever they do, like that's a long, like you're like, 15 years with this person, how will I really manage, without them? Like it's such a long time. So it keeps you in that relationship or friendship. And even people are in some toxic marriages because they have been there like for years and years. They're like, this is our 20th marriage anniversary. Like, how do I leave this marriage? They keep wondering, like, it's such a long time. But time should not keep you in draining relationship. Time is not enough, like, to keep you crying, toxic relationship. Like, however long you've spent with someone, you should be willing to choose yourself and not keep yourself in a relationship that clearly drains you. Lily, what do you think?
Draining relationships and friendships. I think sometimes, okay, in my own perspective, mm, this can come like how someone is. Like, I know of someone who is like really, she's a very good person. Like, she's a person who is a helper. Like, she has this generous heart. And in that, like, everyone around her has gotten this thing where they're like, I can rely on this person, like I can trust this person to come through for me. But at the end of the day, like to the people she can talk to, she comes out and she's like, but I feel drained. I feel like everywhere I am, even in my relationship, I feel like I'm the man, because she has that thing in her. She's hardworking. She comes through. She gets things done, and she feels like drained because of that. So I think like when someone, like, sometimes someone, like how someone is, someone's, how they were brought up, their principles, like how they live their life, it may make other people to like drain them, to like take from them. In that aspect, I get confused because people are going to be like sisters, we're going to be like this, and then even in someone's, like, how to say, someone's wedding, you're expecting her to be the one to like do the big contribution, because like we are used that she's the one, and I know that she feels drained about it, but like she can't cut off. Like, so what do you guys like think about?
Oh, my say, I could say you guys are bad friends.
But
Honestly, if you're to sit down and think about it, if you know your friend is drained, and good enough, you're the one who said you cannot pour from an empty cup.
Yeah.
She has her cup full and it's overflowing into you, but you're making it empty. So you, as her friends who have realized she's drained and you have put all these expectations on her, what are you doing to help? Yeah. Why don't you sometimes have a birthday and tell her, we are organizing this one's birthday, but it's okay this time, just come and attend. You don't need to be the one booking the venue. You don't need to be the one going through, the hotel list. Do things for your friend. Fill her up so that when it's her turn to pour into you, she has where she's getting from. Guys, our viewers today, that's the one thing about us girls.
Yeah,
We
true.
will set rules for people in our lives and exclude ourselves. Yes?
True.
If I know my friend is in that draining relationship, or she has come to me and told me, oh, last time we did this and I really feel tired, I should not be the one adding like more stress to her. Now be the one that teaches her, you know what, it's okay, don't go for that party. Yeah, it's okay, don't be at your hostel and don't show up. It's okay for you to be the one reminding your friend that, man, you're drained.
True.
Even as girls that we are seated here, you might have someone in your life, she's in a toxic relationship. Have you come out and told her, man, that relationship is killing you? Maybe you should be the one person opening their eyes than you saying, women, get out of draining relationships. Yet your friend is locked there.
I have something to say. Sometimes people in relationships are hard to advise. Like, you really confront them and tell them, yes, all the time actually. You confront them and tell them, you know what, Ronashe, this relationship is draining. It's too toxic for you. And behind the scenes, they get back together, and before you know, you're the topic and you're a bad person.
You're a bad friend.
Relationships
You don't
are
wish
complex.
them well.
I know.
Yeah. But what you could do for such people, anyway, I have friends, I have advised, good enough, they bring themselves, you'll be there minding your own business, and then someone comes and breaks down their situation to you. And me, I'll give you my honest opinion and let you to do what you want. But I will give an example of a friend of mine who when she eventually made up her mind to leave that relationship, she came to me and said, Vanessa, I remember all that time you were advising me. I didn't do any of the things you told me, honestly, because I still wanted to be with this person. But when it dawned on me that this person does not want to be with me anymore, like, all your words came back to me and I was like, what am I doing here? And I moved. But imagine in that moment, no one had ever told her. So she would keep herself there saying, I think we are good. Even my friends are not complaining. You know, like, let me just be there. You understand? But when you have one person that has ever advised you out, then even your own conscience works on you. You get out of the relationship. We need girls that will also remind us that what you're going through is a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Wow.
So, Jovia, what do you think of people staying in draining relationships?
I actually think that's an undebatable thing. What's a draining relationship? It's why you're not at peace. It's what gives you anxiety. Whenever you're in a friendship or a relationship where you feel like you're overly pouring and yet you're receiving nothing, then that means it's not for you. As long as it affects your peace and like it gives you stress and anxiety, I think you just walk away. I mean, it's hard,
It's really
but
hard.
you really have to train yourself that I deserve the best and it's out there. So being with a positive mind that your same energy, people with the same energy that you have are out there and you are bound to get them, will give you the zeal or energy to walk past what's toxic, and that you'll find the best. Definitely, it's out there. Yes.
Jesus is coming back.
Amen.
Yeah.
So what if, as I'm getting out, the Lord decides to end the world?
Yeah.
You understand? Anyway, just for the lighter side of the conversation, we talked about the bare minimum before we went to staying in draining relationships. And you girls, the truth is we have set what the bare minimum is. We have said what that draining relationship is, but we have not learned to join that 2 points. Like,
Yeah.
someone will be like, my boyfriend or my man, he bought for me this car, he's paying for where I sleep, he calls me now and then, he's giving me these gifts, but somehow I can't hang out with my friends. You understand?
Yeah.
So what you are saying is bare minimum to her has already been served. Yeah. She has a monthly upkeep
Allowance.
of being a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for you, whatever you're crying for that your stingy boyfriend is not giving you, she's receiving. Though now there are things like you can't be with family because the man wants to be with you all the time. You can't meet with your friends because he's like, no, those girls are cheap, they are local. See the lifestyle I've introduced you to, you cannot be with them. You understand? So there is a girl out there that is stuck between I am receiving the essentials that I need, but this man has cut me out from the world.
Yeah.
And that is actually draining because it gets lonely. You understand?
Yeah.
You have everything you need, but you're alone. You understand? Yeah, so there is also that point that don't go ahead and be like, I have all these things I need so I can handle and be alone. You will run mad, my friend. You will you get depressed in a Range Rover, you know?
Yeah.
So like everything we're discussing now is that take them seriously. Make sure you have boundaries, make sure you people are putting effort into you, and also make sure that you're peaceful, you're happy, people see you and be like, oh my god, Rona, you look good, you're glowing, you know. It's always there, not Rona, you're so lost, I last saw you last Christmas.
Yeah, that's so true. I agree with you, Vanessa.
Wow.
So Vanessa, what do you think about people staying in draining relationships and friendships? What's your opinion?
Anyway, I'll tell you what I think. Truthfully is I've not been in a draining friendship, draining relationship. So I will not say I know what it means to be drained and yet you want to be there. But I've seen it in other people's lives, I've read about it, I've seen it maybe in a movie, and I know for sure you are unhappy. That's the whole. So for anyone who knows that Jesus is coming back soon, you need to be happy because Judgment Day is coming. You can't be sad on earth, sad on Judgment Day, sad in heaven because you are sinner. Guys, choose happiness.
Yeah.
Get out of that relationship.
Yeah.
Dump that friend. God will give you another one. Yeah.
Dump that marriage.
And when it comes to marriage, by the way, Rona, you
Marriage.
reminded me. You talked about if you've been married for 15 years, you have children. Guys, I have nothing to say because I'm
I
not
know,
married.
it's true.
I cannot talk about
True.
that covenant. Marriage is a covenant.
Yeah.
The Bible says God hates divorce.
But in
Yeah.
adultery,
It has to only be because you were being adulterous. But remember, there's also a line of for better, for worse. When it comes to marriage,
marriage.
I cannot say a lot. Yeah? Because you say, what if that is for your for worse that you're calling draining? Yeah?
adultery.
You understand? If you are married to a man who used to give you everything and out of the blue, that everything is not there because there is a change in his income, you will get drained because you used to go for vacations, you're not going for them, then you'll start crying that I am drained. There, I would not advise you to leave. Stay in your for worse and wait for your better. The only time I don't believe you should stay in a draining marriage is if the man is beating you. He could beat you to death and you lose your children. I mean, your children lose you, or he could burn you. And we've seen people where their partners burnt them like with acid and all those things, or those ones I leave before they remove your eye. But other factors that might be draining in marriage, it might be for your worst. Just pray to the Lord and look for counsel from qualified people and not
Therapists. Yeah, that's true. So, as you've heard from my friends, it's really true. Like, you should really avoid draining relationships. You should stay away from people who drain you. It's very, very important to choose peace. For a long number of years with people, a long number of years in marriage, you should choose yourself and choose peace. So the next thing women should stop normalizing is pretending to be unbothered. This happens a lot of times when women find themselves in situations where they are hurt but are actually pretending like everything is okay. They usually do this to keep the friendship, to keep the relationship. Like, for example, a girl could schedule a date with a boyfriend, and then he shows up like an hour later, and the girl is like, no, it's okay, it's fine. But when deep inside you're very hurt, you're actually hurt, you came on time, and this guy, so you're just pretending to be unbothered, but it's actually draining you. You have to communicate. You don't have to just stay unbothered. You have to communicate that you're hurt, so that the next time they know that they shouldn't actually do that to you. They should know that you should communicate that boundary, that when we plan to meet at 2 p.m., let it be 2 p.m. So women should stop normalizing pretending to be unbothered. Vanessa, what do you think?
Anyway, so in this new generation, we have that say of people being nonchalant. But truthfully, and also we've confused being ladylike with the whole thing of, oh, you cannot get a reaction out of me. Guys, reactions don't mean you're shouting at the top of your voice, throwing things. Those are not reactions. You just need to speak how something made you feel, than trying to be like an emotionless princess of, oh, this one said something bad, and you're like, whatever. But you're going to be hurt. And those are the people who later on explode on people that do the least of mistakes. You understand? Because you've let people do whatever they want with you. This time round, it will be like a stray person would say something random, and remember all the hurt you had, and then you're like, how dare you do this? I'm going to give an off story that I watched on TikTok, and I think it was one of the musicians saying that in Uganda, when people get drunk, someone will be in a bar, and then they step on them, then they'll start using that thing of, me all along since I was born, people have been stepping on me. You understand? So it's because this person, this time saying that since I was young, someone has been sleeping with me. You always acted unbothered. So people kept on doing it again and again and again. If you're meeting someone at a certain time, and they don't make it on time, it's good for them to communicate. I've been held up here because of this and this, but I am on my way. You understand? So you'll be there waiting, but knowing where the person is. But if this same person does not say anything the whole time, and for you, you're there, the hotels that give drink like free water, you drink the water, you finish it. A waiter comes. Are you waiting for someone? Yes, the restaurant is full. They want to take away your chair. And when the person eventually shows up, oh yeah, you're now nonchalant. Guys, it's okay to tell that person that I am not pleased with the way today went. You understand? If some of you speak rudely, you understand? If a friend of you is always bullying you, you guys, even adults, we are bullied. It's not just like school. There are people who have our friends, but they bully us. Then you will do hair like I asked. And someone will ask you babe, now which kind of hair is that? You do cheap things all the time. Guys, it's what I could afford. Then you'll be like, no, you girl. Just tell that person, why are you being mean to me? So they are not about taking all your confidence, your self-esteem, but because you want to be like, yeah, I like my hair. No, you like your hair, yes, but you also don't like but you also don't like the opinion the person has just given you. Speak up for yourself. Stop pretending that you will not get a reaction out of me. Me, I don't know if it's because of my tribe. You will get the reaction you're looking for. Some of you are just provoking us. So you need to stop pretending that you're not bothered. You have sisters. Okay, I might be one of those sisters. But we have sisters, and all our things are there. You go in my wardrobe, you pick something, you wear it without asking. What if it's what I wanted to wear? Yeah. Please behave. I will not act unbothered. My sisters know. I will come and tell you, babe, but I took my top, but you did ask for it. Okay, you guys, it is respect for my property. I love you so much, but be kind enough to ask. Yes? Like, don't just take things. And when they say no to you, guys, take the no, but don't always be like, no, like you think you're being cool, but you're hurting your feelings, and one day you explode on the wrong person.
True. That's true. That's actually very true. Wow. Jovia, what do you think about women pretending to be unbothered in this generation?
You're right. Most of the women act unbothered these days. Like my friend Vanessa said, like being nonchalant. I think the nonchalant thing works mostly for men, not women. Like women, you should normalize to speak out. Speak out what's hurting you. Now, I'm a kind of person who I don't dwell on what hurts me. When you hurt me, I tell you, like right away. You've done this and this, I don't like it. And then you say sorry at that moment, and then I move past that. And then if you don't say sorry, I ask you to say sorry. Please say sorry. If this is something bad, you're supposed to apologize for it. And then I move past that. So I'm that kind of person. I also advise women, like, don't fear to lose the relationship, lose the friendship. Sometimes it's actually deep, that it's in marriages, families. You're afraid that if I come out, if I tell on my friend this and this and this, you're treating me like this, I don't like it. They take it personal. They'll be like, hey, that's a girl. She doesn't want to tell on her what. She's acting, she's wisecking. Yeah, it's okay to wisec as long as you're communicating what you're feeling. Like my friend Vanessa said, if you don't communicate these things, they're going to pile up and pile up and pile up, and then one time you find yourself like exploding on the wrong people. Yes. So we really have to train ourselves to speak out. Normalize speaking your mind out. Yes, of course, respectfully. Yes, respectfully.
Yeah, that is true, Jovia. Thank you. Lily, what do you think about women normalizing to pretend to be unbothered?
Okay, these questions are targeting me, but anyway, with the nonchalant queen. Okay, I think so, okay. Me being nonchalant, I think it comes from a point where I've been like experiencing a lot of like disappointments from people that you reach a point and you know you don't mind like let anything whatever anyone is doing. So as it reaches a point it also affects you as a person where as you're not caring what other people are doing to you, you now also now maybe start portraying that same thing, like you reflect the same thing where you do things and you're not caring what how another person is feeling or what another person is doing. And as we were saying that mainly men are the ones who are nonchalant, well women have grown to be nonchalant nowadays. But like we grow and we keep learning and unlearning different things.
That's right.
Yeah, and I think going forward we have to like speak out, like communicate
Yeah.
how you're feeling. Like don't let it like bottle up. As she said, it comes to a point where even something small, like you just find yourself out of nowhere and you're like crying, like why am I even crying?
Yeah.
Like all that, you're feeling overwhelmed with all those emotions. So yeah, I think yeah, personally I'm also going to learn to speak, to tell you men when you're hurting us, we shall tell you you're hurting me, not like, just bottling it up. So yeah,
Being nonchalant.
not being nonchalant
So you don't
anymore.
agree with being nonchalant anymore? Like you're going to stop being the nonchalant queen?
I'm coming. I'm going to stop.
You're going to become bothered.
bothered.
Okay. That's interesting. Wow. Indeed, women should speak up about whatever is bothering them, should stop normalizing being unbothered because it gets you exhausted. It may appear like as if you're strong. Sometimes it's mistaken for strength, yet indeed it's just emotional suppression.
Yeah.
So you should really speak up and communicate what you feel like is making you uncomfortable, and yeah, you live a peaceful life.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last thing women should stop normalizing is neglecting themselves while caring for others. Women, we should stop pouring from empty cups. We should really consider ourselves first because men usually put themselves first. But for us women, like we always put ourselves last, like we consider others. Yes, it's good to be selfless, but it doesn't really need to feel like it's draining you at the same time. You should be selfless but happy at the same time, having peace. So before you really pour into others, you have to also pour into yourself as well. For example, some people, like a scenario I can give where people neglect themselves and put others first. For example, you may have some money on your mobile account, and then someone comes out and they're like, yeah, I think you should probably give me all that money or something, and yet you need this money for something urgent. Maybe you've been saving it for something for a long time, and this person just wants to take it away, and you don't consider yourself, so you're like, let me just give them all my money, and then you give them all your money. Sometimes you do this because you love someone. It could be a toxic relationship. You love this person, and you feel like if you don't give them that money, it's going to maybe end the relationship. You don't want to end the relationship, so you're like, let me just give them my all, my everything, my money, all my savings, just to keep them. So sometimes you do it because you want to keep people in your life. It's part of people pleasing. People pleasing means putting other people first before yourself. So women should stop normalizing that because it really puts you in very, very bad situations. So women should really stop normalizing putting other people first before themselves. Jovia, what do you think?
Neglecting yourself by caring for others. I've seen this in homes and families, mothers, firstborn children, also some men in relationships, and also okay, there are many situations where you see like people are really putting themselves out and yet they're not doing anything for themselves. Yes. Like you don't have to be like being generous. You can also be generous, but first be generous to yourself. Take care, like you're the engine. Take care of yourself. Be it a parent, you're taking care of a children. Let's say you have all the money, you take it to school fees. You feel like this pressure. I have to perform, and then you end up neglecting yourself. Let's say I'm giving an example. You're a parent. Okay, let's say a single mother. You have to take care of the children, and your health is at the verge. You're not doing well. So you have this money, but you have children, they need school fees, but still your health is not good. So, most people, they would prioritize the children. They're like, no, I can wait. I think I can wait. Mostly mothers. You wait, taking yourself, like giving yourself a treat. Let's say, okay, going out for dinner at your favorite sport because like now my baby, I've seen this. Okay, it's good to take care of people, but not out of doing a lot of sacrifice, like you're overly limiting yourself. You have to do something for yourself too. Yes, and that's self-love actually.
Yeah, that's so true. I agree with you. Lily, what do you think?
Yeah, I think beyond aesthetics, like beyond the aesthetics, like looking put together, looking good, having this done and this done. You could be caring for others like emotionally when you're low or you're emotional like okay, like you're low emotionally and yet you're like feeling other people. As my friend said, it's like more in like the families. It's seen in like mothers, firstborns, but call me that sibling who will notice that someone is, like someone is like, it's more like even draining, as we talked about it earlier. Like someone is draining from this person, and which is not right. I'll be like, no, you know what, mommy, this person is like not doing this right. They're like doing this because most of the people who are selfless, I'm surrounded by many people who are like very selfless, like very, I'm like, you're doing this, yet this person is treating you like this, yet this person is treating you like this, like, but sometimes such people, they don't even, like, since it's a trait, because it's a God-given trait, they don't even notice when they're going beyond or when they're neglecting themselves in that aspect. So most times, like, what I even tell my elder sister, since she's the first one, I'm like, if you put something on your list before we come asking you, sister, something, get some airtime, somewhat. I'm like, if you put it in your budget that you know what, I'm going to go shopping this month, before we start making noise for you, make sure you first do that. Like, yeah. So that's my take on that.
Oh, that's so true. I agree with you. So, Vanessa, what do you think about women normalizing, neglecting themselves, and putting other people first, caring for other people before themselves? What do you think of that?
So there is a statement that says that love is sacrificial, but in the right way, you're not supposed to ignore yourself to that extent. Me, I've read a statement that says that you rather not do than do while complaining. You understand?
Yeah.
Even mothers are really sweethearts. They go like out of their way to do all these things for their children. But when they have someone they trust, they'll be like, hey banange, me, you think I can even buy a new dress? And all the money is going to the children. You understand? So go ahead and buy that new dress. Yeah. Go ahead and do your nails if you want to. Yeah. And also I saw somewhere that if you're working for money, if you are a salary earner and they pay you at work, every month get yourself something you like. Buy yourself something good. You've seen a new food stop and you like food, go and buy one plate of food. 35,000 is not going to buy a car.
Yeah.
Start from there. Yeah. buy one plate of
Eat that
nice
money.
food, take yourself for dinner just once in a month until you have all these other responsibilities. If you are a guy and you love jewelry, buy yourself a pair of earrings so that when you look at it, you're like, oh my god, this came out of my own sweat and blood. You understand? I worked for it and now I've given it to myself. But for you to sit down and be like, okay, I poured in all these people, but what did I give to myself? And it's not there. And we also have people who you will do everything for. They will not ever come back and say thank you. They will not come back and say thank you. Yeah, our parents, like, we ought to take care of our parents. When they're older, we ought to take care of our children and all those things. But even you need to always take care of yourself, because who is going to take care of you? Yeah? For us adults, who is going to take care of you? You need to start with yourself. Even this goes to men as well. You're the chief provider of your home. Your wife is looking good, she has everything she needs. The children are going to school, and you have one pair of shoes. Guys, it's okay to buy more. When you take care of yourself and satisfy yourself, then you're happy to give. You give without holding or complaining. Because you look around, you're like, I have all these clothes, I have my bags, I have my shoes. So even if Rona needed something from me, I'll give it to her. But when I've not, then there are people who give you and be like, Kale, even this month I didn't do this and this, and the money I had, I gave it to Naka. You go around telling people all the sacrifices you've been doing and how much you've neglected yourself. You're working so hard. Start with you. It's okay to start with yourself. There is no, I have not heard of it, there is no award for the most sacrificial person. True. Yeah, people will always say thank you, whatever, but you can also say thank you to yourself for working hard and being able to afford the things that you have. Than you using all this energy on other people and you don't even have anything to show for it. You understand? You work 12 months a year. For you, then need that. I'm not saying you should also be extravagant, but like give yourself the small essentials of life. Give yourself those things so that you actually, it's a sign of self-love, like you said. It shows you care. It shows you know you deserve these good things. And these points we've been talking about, they all relate to each other. We said on bare minimum, that you will not know it is bare minimum because you're not giving it to yourself. You understand? So if you're the kind of person who goes ahead to spend your salary on everyone else, no new bag, no new shoe, because now there is this man who wants to confuse you. He gives you a bag of 50K and you will die at his feet. But there is no girl who knows they will give themselves this thing, and the guy gives you and you're like, oh my god, he's the best. No, you will need to first go above what I can give myself for me to feel like, oh my god, you're actually doing the most. You understand? So when you don't love yourself, you have no standard or bar to relate to and be like, you've never, at a girls we can pretend you have never taken yourself to any good restaurant. So when a guy takes you to a you will see that, oh my god, is this the other? But you had money and you didn't take yourself. Even when you don't take yourself, now men have also learned to tell us that you don't deserve. You understand? If a man found you with, I will not say, with with maybe a phone that is not that expensive, but somehow like that's the first thing you want from a relationship. You're telling him, I need you to change my phone. Even him is going to be like, but you couldn't. You couldn't give it to yourself. You understand? He found when you had no more 5 tops. Every time you're meeting, you're in those book clothes. Then you're like, me, one of the things I like to do is shopping. You're lying. You get how life gets weird when you don't take care of yourself. You're not setting the bar for the people that are going to come into your life. They're supposed to add on to something, not build you up. And then when the man says that I gave you the life you have, you again get offended. Girls, so when you have built and done things for yourself, it puts you at a certain standard in your life,
Yeah.
and you will attract a certain kind of people, and they'll treat you a certain kind of way. You know, even these things you keep saying, like, oh, me, I'm very unfortunate with relationships. My friends always. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's you, dear, who didn't buy a perfume. Even when you had the money. It's you who didn't go ahead to do your nails. Like, if you choose one side, you guys may don't agree with having nails that have grown till this.
Yeah.
I can as well have my natural nails if I know I'm not going to maintain it. Now the guy is going to find you with funny nails, but you want him to be now to put you at a certain level. When you give yourself these things, somehow they come to you. Even don't be stingy with yourself, but you want people to be to be generous with you. You're pointing at your man, you're calling him stingy. Have you been generous to yourself? Yeah. That's what I
That's so true. That's actually true. It makes so much sense. Like, you have to pour into yourself in
Before
order to expect people to pour into
you.
Yeah, that's so true.
Wow.
Yeah. So before we end, I want to ask each one of us one thing they think they should stop accepting and what they should do instead. Vanessa, what's the one thing you feel like women should generally stop accepting and do instead? What they should do instead of accepting that thing?
Okay. I think definitely neglecting themselves. Yeah. For you to have time and sit down and ask yourself, like, what's the good thing I can do for myself today? Yeah. And for me, by the way, the first best thing you can do for yourself when you wake up, pray. Pray for yourself. Pray for every good thing you want and believe you deserve it. Even before you go ahead say, oh, I'll pray for you, but pray for yourself, my friend. Wake up in the morning, pray. The next thing you could do that shows you're not neglecting yourself, accept Jesus as your personal Lord and Savior, guys. The world is too hard to go through it alone. You understand? That means you love yourself. And then when you love the Lord, and show him how much he means to you, all the things we discussed about today, you will be shocked. You will know who you are, you will love yourself, you give yourself these good things because the Lord tells us that we deserve them. You will know the definition of bare minimum in the version that God understands it. The world will not set for you standards. You will know how God sees you. When you love God, you start seeing yourself in the lens of the Lord. So for me, definitely is that take care of yourself. And let God take care of you, and you'll see how beautiful you will be, even to just the people around you.
Wow.
That's true. That's actually very true. Wow. It's interesting. Yeah. Vanessa, you're right. You're absolutely right. We should really stop neglecting ourselves and mostly count on God, because you can't do life without God. Jovia, what do you think people should do instead of accepting certain things?
I'm not going to be so different from what Vanessa said. First of all, like she said, you can't do this life alone. You have to have God. You have to know God. You have to love him. And then, like the Bible says, seek him and the rest shall be added unto you. Like, if you know Christ in the right way, you know what is deserving of you. Not necessarily for the Christians only, but also Muslims. You have to know God. You have to have a personal relationship with God. You have to pray. Plus also, you have to learn to speak out. Yes, you have to learn to speak out for yourself. Stop shrinking. Be confident. Set your boundaries and be positive that the best thing that you think is deserving of you is out there and it's yours. You will get it. So don't shrink. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that's so true. There is a lot out there for everyone. There is a person for everyone. There is a timing for everyone. Everyone has because some people compete in so many ways. Like maybe if I start this business, there are like billions of people having it.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to get customers, but everyone has their blessing.
Yeah.
So there is someone out for everyone. So yeah, that's true. Lily, what do you think? What's the one thing people should stop accepting and do instead?
Okay. My very small takeaway point is like the promises we make to ourselves. We should make sure we do our side of the bargain. Keep God at the center of everything. But when you make a promise to yourself, especially us young girls, we have a lot of dreams. We have many things we want to fulfill. Like basing on everything we have talked about, the bare minimum, the boundaries, being respectful, not neglecting yourself, like all that, it amounts, like those are small decisions you make on a daily basis to become the person you're meant to be. When you wake up in the morning, when you say you want, even in that small, like the way where you've started small, do the small things, be clean, do your bed, do this, pray, have devotions, like those, not that just wait for the other time. When I have it all is when I'll do this. When I have it all is when I'll do this. Like the promises you make to yourself, start now and be serious about them. And then watch God do what He does best, because He'll never let us down.
Yeah, that's so true. Thank you for that. It's really true. We should really have things that we should stop accepting, and we should really note down what we should do instead. Thank you so much for watching this girl talk. I really hope you enjoyed it and took something from it. If you feel like there is something that related with you, please comment down below what you feel like women should stop normalizing according to you. And yeah, it will help someone out there in the comments. So let's just keep the conversation flowing in the comments. And if you like these kinds of podcasts, please comment down below, subscribe, and follow more. Share this video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Thank you. Okay.